There's temper tantrums, and then there's temper tantrums, the really extreme ones. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to deal with extreme temper tantrums. I'm Nicholeen Peck. I've seen my share of extreme temper tantrums because I did treatment foster care for a number of years. I also teach parenting, communication, as well as child development, all through the lens of self-government. In this video, let's get into temper tantrums and see if we can help make a difference. In this video, we're going to be talking about some temper tantrums that I've seen and some tried and true practices that you can use to help to alleviate some of the need for those extreme temper tantrums for your child. It's true, they do actually feel like they need to go to that level to get your attention. So let's help them figure out something else that they can do instead. People ask me questions on my Teaching Self-Government support group every single week. I answer questions and people talk to me about some of the extreme behaviors that are happening at their house, and they get help. I know some people are dealing with things like ODD and RAD and FAS and ADD and bipolar disorder and personality disorder, sensory issues, things that lead to higher levels of anxiety. They ask me questions because I have also lived with children who have some of those same processing differences because I was a treatment foster parent for many years for youth ages 12 to 18. The things that I share in my Teaching Self-Government program are things that I implemented for them and for my family, and that we've been sharing now as good parenting practices all over the world for well over 20 years. So let's talk about some of those practices. Now, there is a way to stop troubling behaviors before they start, and then there's what to do in the minute. So first we're going to start with what do you do to try to combat some of these extreme temper tantrums before they even occur, and then we'll talk about what to do when the temper tantrum is occurring. Extreme temper tantrums can happen for someone of any age. I know that there are some people who have teenagers who have very extreme rage episodes. But I know most people, when they think of temper tantrums, probably think of toddlers. And some toddlers will really go out of control. The thing about a toddler is they usually wear out quicker, and they oftentimes even forget why they were having a tantrum. They just get caught up in it. Now, an older child can forget why they were having a tantrum too, but not as likely because their prefrontal cortex is a little bit more developed. They do have more problem-solving abilities. They also have more abilities to manipulate, and they sometimes develop a little bit more anxiety because they are more mature. Those things together can create a temper tantrum that sometimes seems like it's very dangerous even for them and for the people around them. So what I'm going to share with you relates to both ages. I know that seems strange, like, wait, Nicholeen, don't you use different skills for the younger children than you do for the older? Not really. A principle is a principle. That means that it's eternal. It lasts forever. It can work for any person. So we apply the same principles for the younger and the older, even though they might process them with a little bit different level of maturity. Both age categories, older or younger or somewhere in between, they all can do the same skills and learn the same strategies together. So the first thing we want to do is focus on what skills they need to be successful. Let's not be reactive. Let's go proactive first. We're going to talk about these skills as well as what to do in the minute when someone is losing control. But before we do, I'd like to hear what age child you have and what types of temper tantrums or extreme moments that you're dealing with at your house. So put them in the comments below, and hopefully I can help make other videos that will benefit you. So first we need to teach the skills that a person needs for success. No matter if your child is old or young, there are 4 basic skills that I teach as part of the Teaching Self-Government program. Those 4 basic skills work to prepare a person to self-regulate. So they are following instructions, accepting no answers and criticism, accepting consequences, and disagreeing appropriately. Every person needs these skills, even adults. You can teach a a 2-year-old who is in the habit of not feeling understood and not knowing how to communicate very well, even how to disagree appropriately. So don't think that anyone is ever really too young or too old for these skills. These skills each have a skill set attached to them. For instance, to follow instructions, you look at the person, keep a calm face, voice, and body, say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, do the task immediately, and then check back. That's how a person follows instructions. You can teach that to a child. You can practice it with them, role play with them, show them that it is totally okay to be able to follow instructions. You can do the same thing with accepting no answers, accepting consequences, as well as disagreeing appropriately. That way, the child is prepared for the future. Then the parent simply needs to pre-teach the child to use the skill that they've already learned before the parent delivers a no answer or an instruction to the child that they might feel like they don't want to do. Then you can prompt them step by step, even if you feel like it's necessary or the child's development is low enough that they need a little bit more prompting. Another part of preparation is making sure that you have a place that points someone towards calmness. So if the child is small, you want to make sure that you use a calm down place. So calm down places are not time out. They are not places to isolate a child. They are a trigger spot, a place where a child goes in order to prepare to be calm. And they only go there if they are not calm, and as soon as they are calm, they get praised, and then you go through a teaching or correcting moment with them. But older children can sometimes need calm down places too. In fact, who doesn't need a calm down from time to time where they just need to remove themselves and get themselves ready to handle a situation? Especially introverts who get overstimulated could end up needing a calm down spot no matter the age. So help your children decide what a calm down spot is and what a calm down thought is so that they can practice those things in a role play setting so that when the real moment comes that we say, let's go to our calm down spot and think our calm down thought and get ready to be calm so that we can handle this situation. That's going to be something that really comes in handy for you as you are trying to help your child develop the skill that they need to get themselves back calm and ready to communicate in a way that is non-emotional and non-manipulative. Those are two of the key things that you do to prepare your child not to have extreme temper tantrums. Now, like I said, there are many people with different scenarios. Some people have different processing issues that they're dealing with or habits that they're trying to overcome, and they may fall into a really extreme temper tantrum. Well, what do you do then? If you have taught your child what their calm down spot and calm down thought is, and you've practiced that, as well as teaching them the 4 basic skills, and taught them something called the rule of 3 if they are older. So children who are about age 6 and up, we do something called the rule of 3. The rule of 3 is for calming down. This is a series of 3 things that I do 3 times to help the child disconnect the emotional and engage the frontal cortex so that they can start thinking clearly. When a person is in an extreme temper tantrum, they are not in a thinking part of the brain. So you don't want to be overloading dialogue on them. That doesn't do any good. What you want to do is you want to help direct them to that prefrontal cortex. So you just keep the communications predictable, very simple, very short, and direct. You go right through them. This is what we do in the rule of 3. If you have taught your child this, then when the time presents itself where a person is going out of control, then you can say, it seems to me that you might be out of instructional control. I'm going to begin the rule of 3. Another thing that I might tell them before I start the steps to the rule of 3 as a pre-teach is, I want to know what you are trying to tell me. I see you're trying to tell me something. I want to know what that is. But we've got to choose to be calm first. Then we can talk about it. So we're going to do the rule of 3 to try to help you get calm. Then you begin the steps to the rule of 3. Like I said, there's 3 steps that you do 3 times. They are truly life-changing. We do a pre-teach, an instruction, and then a correction, and there's 3 different consequences that they earn. The children know every single word to the pre-teach and the instruction and the correction. None of it is a surprise because we have taught it ahead of time. It is there for them in the moment when they need it, and it's there for us too, so that as parents, we don't have to get overwhelmed overwhelmed or frustrated when they are having a meltdown. If you would like to learn more about these skills and others related to calmness, the next logical step is to have the Calm Parenting Toolkit. For you, I would like to give it to you for free. There is a link in the description below this video that goes to the Calm Parenting Toolkit. That Calm Parenting Toolkit, when you click the link, will be free for you. So go to the toolkit now and start learning some of the skills you need in order to implement self-government and self-regulation at your house.